right, it's Way Up. I'm Angela Yee, and let's get into some Yee tea. So, Sexyy read there was some type of situation at the airport, at Newark Airport, and she is speaking out after her alleged arrest for this altercation. Now, what some people are saying is that she was in the airport and people were taking non-consensual pictures of her and her security. And according to reports, she was arrested but then released. And here's what she has to say now.
I just got out. I said, why the y'all just now rolling up? Y'all should have been here.
All right, so not sure exactly what happened with her, but they said she spent a little bit of time in jail over the weekend after she was detained and arrested with some of her entourage, where an individual took, like we said, that photo without permission. All right, now Jay-Z is accused of doing more harm than good. There's a $300 million Philadelphia scholarship fund that he set up, and they'll be distributing that money to students in the city via scholarships to private schools for grades K through 12. Now, although this feels like a philanthropic effort, some of the people are having issues like, why not, use that money for public schools, right? Because the public schools could really use that money instead. And people are also saying that this has to do with future Trump cabinet member Jeffrey Yass, who is leading this effort to gut public education. Dan, you saw this story. Our producer, Dan, what did you think?
It's like I'm torn because it's like, one, is it ever good enough? Like, can you do something good and then immediately people are like, well, you should allot that money elsewhere because there's more important things? And then two is like, if you, and this is a question for you, like, if you align with someone who you may not necessarily agree with all their politics, is it still okay to do something that you would deem positive for the community?
I think that it also depends because Jay-Z also is quite aware that people are going to be looking at who he's aligning with.
Sure.
So it does make a statement.
But he's still doing positive in the community.
And I'll say this. I was in a program called Prep for Prep, and that program actually sends you to private school. So the program that I was in, it was a free program, and it's basically kind of like busing. It sends quote-unquote underprivileged kids to private school. Do I feel like, money is definitely needed for the public school system? Absolutely. So maybe it would have been nice to do an effort that incorporates both, because I'm sure anything he does is very vetted out.
Right.
And so these are all things you have to take into consideration when you decide who you align with. Even when, he aligned with the NFL. People were mad about that because of Colin Kaepernick and everything Colin Kaepernick stood for. And then it kind of felt like, oh, now you're doing this. Do you go on the inside and make change and work within these organizations? Or are you powerful enough to do it without them? Those are questions, and it's really like knowing that you are going to get some type of repercussions from that. You have to be okay with that to make those decisions and then stand on it. Or know when you made a wrong decision and say, let's backtrack a little. All right, Kendrick Lamar gave a surprise speech at Compton College's graduation ceremony over the weekend on Saturday. I am so sure that was so exciting for those students. Everybody else is getting these different speakers. Imagine Kendrick Lamar speaks at your college. All right, and here is some of what he had to say.
This degree that y'all have right here is just as big as any degree. I don't care what school, I don't care what institution. Compton College, this Compton degree is just as big. Now it's all about taking these resources and taking what you learned and applying them.
All right. I know that's right. Shout out to everybody in Compton. All right. And that is your Yee tea. When we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. Any question you have. I'm here to help you out. And you can even leave a message on our voicemail. We can help you that way. Or you can also go on the app, click the little microphone. That's the talk back button, and we'll get your message that way. Either way, the show is all about you. We're here to help you out. Ask Yee is next. 800-292-5150. Now let's get into some SZA, one of the top albums, I would say, ever. Here's Snooze. It's Way Up.